Hello everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. This is Mazes. Okay. Once more, good evening, everyone. Um, just want to quickly speak to us regarding the topic you can see on my screen. So, how are you guys coping up with COVID? The federal government has relaxed the COVID 19 um, instructions. So, I believe that will help us to get back to our feet. In as much as that has been done, I am still on lockdown. Um, I'm still working from home. I have not been able to go out, you know, and as you all know, I just want to know if you can hear me loud and clear. If you can you please let me know? As usual, we say good evening, everyone. Let me know where you're watching me from. So this evening, I'm going to be speaking to us about the Enugu International Airport. So the Enugu International Airport is so let's do as we normally do. Hey, Asabajo. Hello, greetings everyone. Peps 2007 Odogunwan Nedalo. Jeff Bright. I greet you all. Honestly, people, I missed you all. COVID meant that we got, or rather, Mazes, okay, got somehow busy. Thank you very much for showing me love without requesting it. Someone had given me a video, has given this video a like. Thank you. Oh, wow. You guys are showing me so much love today. It appears people missed me. But, a lot has happened. Actually, Nigerians, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. The government has lifted this up. Oh, watching from Kaduna. Wow. Thank you. I hope you're staying safe in Kaduna because I learned some people moved from Kano to Kaduna. Please, I beg you, stay safe. Stay safe. Wash your hands as many times as you can. Peps 2007. Wash your hands as many times as you can. Oh, Ebuko Kafa. Ebuka, you're welcome. Thank you, people. I love you all. You know, um, Again, the COVID is real. We've lost people. We've lost people, and it hurts. Edwin Ezekwem, buongiorno, buono. You're watching from Reading, United Kingdom. Thank you very much. From Abuja. And Maz is okay, somewhere. Yeah, hidden. We are in the ground zero. We know we no leave, no transfer. That's what we do. You know, the heat that is killing us here, man. If that heat does two people, I tell you, one of you will just get into coma. Okay. So I want everybody to gather. Uh-oh, gather round. Let's see what's happening. Ike Chukwunweke, you're watching from Italy. I have Olisa. Belated happy birthday. Thank you, Olisa. Olisa, thank you. It's good to know that people remember that last week was my birthday. Was it last week? I can't even remember. That was on the 24th. Daniel Ago, you're welcome. First time with you today. Oh, thank you. And I hope it's not going to be your last time. Peps 2007. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, by all means, do. This is Mazes, okay? Whenever I come live, part of the things we do is that, we make it an interactive section. We want you to be part of this conversation. So that's why I always want to, reconnect with you guys. Oh, John Okaf, John Okoye, thank you, my brother. Longest time. Hello, John. Um, you're watching me from Las Vegas, the city of Cha Cha Cha. That is where 419 actually started. Iwalunki, Liemego, Chandum, as my grandfathers would call them. Gina Ijoma, oh, see all my lovely people, hoping for them to finish. Thing will be finished so quickly. I can't wait. This is 2 months now being locked down so quickly. Yes, I hope. But my job, I fly a lot around the world. Do the job I do and feed my family. But you can see something has happened to my live stream. It appears something has happened to my live stream. So let me know if I'm back on. I don't know why my live stream keep doing this. Please let me know if you can hear me back on my live stream is going crazy again. Something is happening. I don't know if this is intentional. Every time I come online, we are more than 50 before, but when the live stream gets truncated, that's where we are now. I hope you can hear me once more loud and clear. I'm trying on my best here to make sure that this conversation this evening stays. Thank you very much. You can hear me, and every one of you that wished me a happy birthday. I so much thank you for doing the needful, for thinking about me and saying a happy birthday to me. Elizabeth says, Mazi, you are back. Elizabeth, you are blessed. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So we need to, people, we need to crack on. We need to start because there is something, and there are some good news as well. Chuku Ebuka. Mazezoka, I miss you, brother. Oh, God, I miss you all. You don't know how much I miss you. You know what? I've been thinking of doing this every day, but I don't think I've got the energy to do it every day. But I can do as much as possible. Many of you don't know. I have my own personal channel now, and now I think I have about 120 subscribers. I was telling people the other time, I said, I can get this to 1,000. Please help me get this to 1,000 subscribers. It's very simple. To subscribe to my channel, let me write it down here. To subscribe to my personal channel, that's youtube.com /C, which is custom. Then you type in Mazezoke, Mazi, Mazizezeoke. I think that should be it. That should be on the screen now. Boom, very easy. Yeah, that's Mazezoke here. I think, yeah, youtube.com /C /again Maziezoke. Boom, just search Maziezoke. You see, I want you all to help me promote my channel so that we'll get there. So, Hygienist Silo, thank you very much. Nnazobe, I'm not talking against the government, so I don't know why these things are happening. Obi Roland, we miss. Oh, listen. You guys make me blush when you say you miss me. Please stop. Okay, I know you missed me. A lot has been happening. I mean, there is a lot to analyze, and I've been reading a lot and I've been thinking. For most of you that have actually, before I get into Enugu Airport, for most of you that have actually encouraged to buy books, I got this book from Amazon today. See the book I got today? The Gnostic Gospel. These are the Gospels that we're taking away from the Bible. And I am going to digest it, so don't be jealous. Look, you can see here, this got what's it called? It has the fable of the pearl, the gospel of Thomas, that is the doubting one, the gospel of Mary Magdalene, Melchizedek, the gospel of Philip. You see, everything. The human suffering, the gospel of the truth, blah blah blah. So you need to keep the brain working. So I just got this today, and the moment I got that, you see what I did? I immediately flipped it over. I want to know how many pages that is. That is 274 pages. 273. The last one has no number. So that's what it is. So, because you need to engage the mind, you need to understand what is happening. So, and this information I'm going to share with us this evening, you can't read it in the newspaper. I've told us, I'm here to hold the government to account. I'm here. What people don't want to say, what people don't want to share because they call them official secrecy. I don't bloody care. That's what I'm here to do. So this evening, I'm going to be showing us. Let me remind us again. This is my telephone. I'm basically using this app to share my telephone. So today, is 35 days today that the airport ought to have opened. The Enugu Airport has to have opened 35 days ago. Then the Enugu Airport was flagged off officially when the Minister of Aviation went to Enugu to flag it up. Now, 175 days, 180 days ago, now the contract for that airport was signed today being the 5th of May 2020 was signed 235 days ago. And on the August 24th, 2019, that airport was closed. And exactly 12 o'clock when the last Ethiopian airline landed in Enugu. So we haven't forgotten. We keep our tab. You see, there are approaches that we can use when it concerns the things that concern you. I know someone is watching me from Kaduna, but there is something that we have to do. You and I have to move we move our behind and begin to hold governments to account. When government tells us that they've done A and B, it behoves on us, you and I, to go and tell government, well, you've done it or you haven't. And as the case of Enugu, thank God that many of us, myself included, intervened and held government to account. Thank God that eventually they found the money, 10 billion naira, to fix the Enugu International Airport. Sadly, COVID came. Sadly, COVID, somehow, if you ask me, COVID became a blessing in disguise. Because the moment COVID came, workers, PW workers, everyone went home. Now, yesterday, being Monday the 4th, the federal government relaxed the thing. Even today, some started today. Now, there is good news because there are things happening at the Enugu International Airport. Workers has gone back to site, but not fully. So there are some level of activities happening here. Now, bear in mind that this project, some of this project commenced on the 2nd of April 2020, and this was concluded on the 16th of April 2020. I will show us trucks arriving, on the said date for what they call the refurb for the installation in Enugu. There are other stages of these installations, and these things are very exciting. So what they've done is there are refurbs, fabricated structures where for the pilots, and this is good. So again, like I told you, you wouldn't see this anywhere except from Mazias, okay? The one and the only, he can show you these things. Okay, so voila, this is Enugu International Airport. Okay, so people, I told us I am not going to drop the ball. Okay, before I continue, because this is, okay, let me tell the story. So you can see, we follow them bomber to bomber. See the Iveco high up here. So they've brought these things, and you can see the people working here trying to do the installation, and this is what they are installing here. That is that pilot prefabricated structure here. So you can see, guys, men working, work is always going. That's about before the 16th of April. So once everyone was at home, people didn't know that work was ongoing. Honestly, I must give a good shout out to the Honorable Minister of Aviation. Again, I keep saying it. Some of you wouldn't like it, but hey, you see, one thing is, in Igbo we say, "Ekene kene onye akidi ogwото ọzọ." We are not where we're supposed to be. Thank God for COVID, thank God for COVID actually, or so rather, thank God for the delay, because imagine where that airport was finished, and people were coming in from China, coming in from London, coming in from everywhere. That means the southeast probably would have been, another place that we will be struggling to keep up now. But thanks goodness, it was a disappointment, but it turned out. That's why you haven't heard me, criticize much or really dived into it, because somehow I taken a back seat and I told myself this could be a blessing in disguise. And you can see the job here. Okay, guys, these things, I like the level of work that is going, and these things are being inspected properly. This is not just picky bellow things. Okay, guys, you can see work that is ongoing. You wouldn't see this from, maybe, I don't think channels is giving you this. I don't even think none of the Nigerian newspapers is aware what I'm saying now, that these things are work is ongoing. Okay, my job here, that is when the thing is completed here. Okay, so bear in mind, this is not the new terminal. This is still the old terminal. This is the old terminal. The new terminal, it's not here. If this is basically, if you're facing the Enugu International Airport, on your entrance, you will see the terminal in front of you. So if you're facing the Enugu International Airport, the moment you park your car, you will see the new terminal on your left. So the new terminal is like a replication of the Port Harcourt International Airport. Go and watch my video on the Port Harcourt International Airport, and I keep saying it. We are not going to receive and take the airport if the airport is not better than the Port Harcourt International Airport. Port Harcourt International Airport is a benchmark for Enugu. And Enugu International Airport, when I say the work that is ongoing is good, believe me, that work is good. Then let me take this comment before I continue. Emmanuel Madu said, Mazi, nice job. I'm sure we have a runway in our pocket almost. Once this is done, we need to chase the issue of diaspora voting. Oh, bless you on that. That is one other thing that, is, let me not let the cat out of the bag first, but I think you're right. It's something that we need to consider as well, because it is quite unfair. The Nigerians, or the Nigerians in the diaspora, they send more money to Nigeria, more than the federal budget. So why wouldn't they have a vote? If you like their money, you must love. You must also love their vote. Being able to, I think, the current head of state, or president, as you may want to call him, wouldn't be empowered today if the diasporans were given the right to vote. Agree with me or not? You can put that in the comments section. Okay, so let me come back here, people. So far, what do you think of what you've seen? What do you think? Let's take some comment. I'm just beginning. I have a lot of information. This is loaded because I haven't talked about Enugu International Airport for I think about 6 weeks or 2 months now, since the COVID started. I know the runway. Enugu International Airport, take it from me, Mazes, okay, is going to be one of the best, has one of the best runways in Nigeria. You know why? Enugu International Airport runway is done with a glass mesh. Glass. That means when water touches it, it drops. Okay? So it's a very new technology. It wasn't even used in Port Harcourt, neither was it used in Abuja. But the first time it has ever been used in Nigeria is in Enugu. So it's a very fantastic technology using that glass mesh on the airport. Enugu International Airport is the only airport in Nigeria, I can't say this enough, night landing facility that is powered by solar. I've shared with us before the solar equipment at that Enugu International Airport. Let me see if I can still find those pictures. For some of you who have not seen those pictures, actually, those what's it called? Solar installations. But I think in most of my videos, I'm just, for the benefit of those of you who are joining me for the first time, let me see if I can get them. That is the only airport that has that facility in Nigeria. And again, when I say kudos to Hadi Sirika, in as much as I still have issues in his delivery timeline, I'm a project manager of international repute, so I have issues with his timeline. But compare him to other previous aviation ministers. I think he has proven himself to be to show that he actually understands aviation. He was a pilot, and for those of you who don't know, Heidi Sirika is not from Anambra. Heidi Sirika is from Castina. Now, listen to him sometimes when he speak. You ask yourself, when okay, let me say this actually. Some of us, sometimes, people don't understand why it appears the people of Southeast don't like Buhari. It's not about doing an airport, people. Governance and leadership goes beyond the structures that you do. People wonder, why is it that Yaradua is from Castina, but Igbos voted for him, but Igbos didn't vote Buhari. Well, I said, Ndi Igbo ma aja afia. Ha ma aja afia ma hafia. I don't uh, push me to translate in this. Now, the same people that voted Buhari, Yaradua, didn't vote for Buhari. Even when he came with Chubo Kadibo, my mentor, they didn't. He came with a distant uncle. Okay, we didn't. Come on. It means even if he came with Ojuku, they wouldn't. But the same people, me, I can say kudos to Hadi Sirika. Hadi Sirika is from where? The same Castina. I once said on one of my videos, that guy, Hadi Sirika, appears to be gunning for the governorship of that state in 2023. So watch out. He's one of those guys I think probably he's going to be like Zulum. I classify him in the class of Mahinde of Oyo State, Zulum of Bauchi. Now, is it Bonu or Bauchi? Yeah? No, Bonu. Zulung of Bonu, and one other one, but let's not get in there. What am I saying is, governance is not only about people saying you must or you that you do project. No, you must show empathy. This guy promised that he will be going to the airport, and he did every time. And I followed him. I have done at least 12 videos. 12 videos on Enugu International Airport. And every time he said he will come to Enugu International Airport. That shows someone who is serious. Remember, before the election, I said, if the president was really interested in integrating the Igbos in his governance, yes, the president, I have said this equally again, is doing the second Niger bridge, which the former president said if he didn't do it, he would go on exile. Yet, he didn't do it. Did he go on exile? And I kept saying it. Actually, Igbos were the greatest loser in Jonathan's government. Forget that he gave your brothers, your sisters, something to stick in their pocket. But there was never a collective good for the Igbo in Goodluck Jonathan's government. Individuals were made. Now, let's take one example. Pius Anyin from Ebonyi State. He was the secretary to the state government for how many years? Almost 6 years. Can we say one single thing he attracted to the whole of Southeast, not to talk of Ebonyi State, apart from his pocket? You see where I'm driving to? So at the end of the day, when someone does good, I do not praise, but say it. Say it, Anambra Cargo Airport. Someone is talking about Anambra Airport. Oh, thank you very much. You see, Peps said, I missed the Igbo interjection. I don't know. You know what? Look for someone, because you see, my thing is, I'm a titled chief in Igbo land, right? So most times when I say something, I cannot afford not to bring in the Igbo proverb. As another mentor of mine said, Chinua Achebe, that proverb is like oil with which words are eaten. So I cannot afford not to. And sometimes I don't want to translate them, because if I do translations, I feel like I've lost meaning. Okay, let me take some comments. So Maze, I think the issue of diaspora voting is a good one, but the elephant in the room still stand with the voting actually count. Listen, voting will begin to count at the point we go electronic. It's my field. But the issue is the government and the people, not only the government, none of your rep is willing to really fight for it, because they know they will lose there, because they're all chiefs. They're all rigged. So the election is about who rigs better. So it's a people. Okay. So that's my take on that one. To God be the glory. Enugu is in the hands of God. Yes, I think Enugu is in the hands of God and the hands of our ancestors. How about that? The ancestors. The Catholics told you about saints everywhere, but they never told you about your ancestors who were sent. Ndichie na Ndegede. My ancestors were sent. Some of you, like when we say that ancestral curses are a fluke that some pastors use in defrauding you, some of you wouldn't argue, would argue. But again, hey, that's my perception because you know what? I'm not digressing, people, but it's been a long time I haven't come online, so I'm come online today. A lot is going on in my brain. Okay, so pardon me if I digress a little bit. Um, Jonathan started the second Niger breed. Don't forget, of course, I'm not forgetting. But what did listen? If you've been enough on this channel, you know one thing I don't do. I don't paint words. I don't really care whose ox is God. That's my motto in my personal channel. I don't care whose ox is God because the truth is that thing that can set you and I free. Yes, Jonathan started it, but and so what? Jonathan, remember, go back to the previous go back to 2011, 2010. Yes, he started the second Niger bridge, and he said he himself in front of Peter Obi in Onitsha, in front of Obi Achebe, the current Obi of Onitsha. He said it that if he does not finish the second Niger bridge, Google it. If he does not finish the second Niger bridge by 20, let me see if I can actually find that online. If he doesn't finish the second Niger bridge by 2020, he will go on exile. I'm not saying he should go on exile, but he had everything it took to finish the second Niger bridge. There was no reason why second Niger bridge wouldn't have been ready by 2014. There was no single reason. As long as I am concerned, there was no single reason. This must be said. But in terms of human management and showing empathy, having personal relationship, he is 2 million miles away better than Buhari. There is no comparison in that. And I'm not here to compare the two. I am here to talk about the Enugu International Airport. So I've given us the details on what will make Enugu International Airport a very fantastic airport. Okay? The best runway in Nigeria and all the rest. The only airport that has, you know, solar panel powering its night landing and the instrument landing equipment. Okay, instrument landing system. I think ILS, instrument landing system. So I have shown the first part of that. The first part where they are, the work that they are doing. So you can see that here. Let me do this again. So let's go back and let me go back and do this. So this is it. Let me add myself. So this is what they are doing. You can see that here, and that is a very fantastic. You know, this is makeshift where the pilots will be staying. Before an aircraft goes out. That means there are plans and things are going. Work is ongoing. What the current government lacks, is communication. I said it, if this government actually says and sometimes are able to communicate, because the government lacks empathy. I've said one of the things that really made me write the president off that he lacks empathy was when Boko Haram, I think, attacked which somewhere in Jos, and people died. The president actually went for the first time. I was saying, oh, this man anyway, he doesn't talk to anybody, he doesn't go anywhere. But actually, the first time he went. And when a president goes to where people died, what did he do? He didn't go to the local government where his citizens died. He stopped in Jos, Plateau State capital. What freaking thing do you have to do with Jos? Go to where people die, show leadership and show empathy. That is the difference between him and Jonathan. He could not, he doesn't. My good sister Obi Ezekwesili says that the president doesn't have emotional intelligence. Yes, he doesn't, and I believe her. I believe her. The president doesn't have emotional intelligence. You've gone to Plateau. You could have gone to where and see these things. In private conversation, I told one of them, one of the his people, I said, listen, after that incident, I wrote him off because he doesn't have emotional intelligence. Look, there was a bomb blast. Call it whatever you call it gas or whatever, in Lagos. Houses. I think that's near Amuwa Odofin. Yeah, it seems everyone forgotten before COVID. In March, hundreds of people died. And what did Sonwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, do? He went to Abuja with pictures. That's why many of us can't even be in government, because it's either they will kill me within 24 hours because there are nonsense I won't take. My people died and I would have to leave my state and go to Abuja. Damn that person, I won't do it. If you cannot come to my state, stick your behind in your office in Abuja and be there, because you're the CEO of that area and I am the CEO of my state. We have to begin to take some, make some decisions and things and criticize things that matter. Well, on Enugu, like I said, you can see this here. Now let's come to the cruise of the matter, which is, again, let me show us this. This is the, it says that's the newly erected prefabricated pilot joint briefing office. This was done by NEMA. Look at the date, 24th of 3 days after my birthday, 27th of April. You can see? So the second one you're looking at is the newly erected prefabricated pilot joint briefing office. Again, that's the same, it's the same picture but here we've put in some title to help you identify what we are saying. People didn't know. Everyone thought everyone's gone out. Why I'm saying this is it's good to hold someone into account when they fail. And at the same time, objectivity requires that you say same when you think there is an element of sanity coming into whatever that is being done. And I think without mincing word, I would say, in as much as I criticize them, but I think this is this has element of sanity to it. Now, we can see Nigerian Airspace Management Agency. Let me share this one as well with us. In this letter here, that's what I said. Some of these things no reporter will show you because everyone is freaking scared in Nigeria, man. But I keep saying it. You can only die twice. Okay. So here, this is, the letter they've written to the Southeastern Governors Forum. Then they've basically informed them of the official notification of installation by NEMA of the prefabricated pilot joint briefing office. Again, no one would show you this, okay? Because I hate no one. All I want is the best for me and for my people. I hate no one. I don't care who done it. After all, our brothers designed that airport. Our brothers once, no, how many? Kemachikwe, Desiani. Not many of you actually knew that Desiani Alison Emadeke was once aviation minister, married to our brother as well. So Kemachikwe, Desiani Emadeke, Stella Odua, Osta Chidoka. There is another woman. Think about 5 of them. Yet the wrong way we built something for ours wasn't done to the best we think we can do for ourselves. Now it takes someone, some of you might consider an outsider, to do justice to it. And I can't say enough. Well, for the beginning, he has done something that others couldn't do. Maybe because he's a pilot. Maybe that's, he was a pilot. So maybe because of that, he's doing it right, or he's getting it right. So what am I saying here? This is the letter that they've written, and the details. I don't want to say. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about these details, but you read for yourself. Okay. So read those for yourself, people. The Enugu International Airport is on track. So we are expecting that the airport will reopen very soon. The airport will reopen the moment everything comes into normalcy. That airport will reopen. So, because the last update I gave us, I actually said that according to what PW said, they were all vacating, but now the way things are turning out, they have written to request to come back to site, and I'm happy. So in Igbo we say, "Ojebele ejebe ka ala eze, ọ nabakwa anaba ya kakwala ya bụ eze." You know. And finally, here in conclusion, I will share this also with us. Again, you can see this here. This is the contract for the emergency rehabilitation and reconstruction of the runway at the Enugu International Airport. You know, when I said this before, people, that I was going to dig, I was going to dig and dig. I didn't stop. Part of the reason I haven't spoken on Enugu International Airport is that I was digging, I was chasing most of this document, because I said, I need to lay my hands on this so that when we start, holding them to account, we can now have a benchmark to say, oh, this is what is contained in this document, but this is what is happening now. Here, they are saying we refer to the temporary suspension of work on the above contract due to force majeure. That is a situation that is caused by COVID. That is a situation, force majeure is something beyond human control. And COVID is one of those things that is beyond human control. And subsequently, the federal government, imposed restrictions by the federal government. Now, what they are basically saying now, further to the above restriction, Monday 27 of September, the president of Nigeria announced, that's when basically Buhari announced that they are going to they are going to, the last speech he made that yesterday, everywhere is going to be, the thing was going to be lifted. Now, the paragraph that is exciting here, the last one here, he says, as such, we propose, so PW is proposing to start work today. It's not that, because about 6:30 today, I spoke to people at the Enugu International Airport. They said, no, PW didn't start today. Now, if you go back and read this letter, it didn't mean that work was going to start today. But what they are trying to do from today, which I understand, there were a lot of vehicular movement at the Enugu International Airport, they have started remobilizing people back to site. Imagine someone is in Kaduna. Imagine someone is in Kefi. Imagine someone is in Ebonyi. Imagine someone is in Calabar and a staff is in Lagos. Because of the lockdown, if they start remobilizing today, that means it's going to take a while. Just give them about 1 week. So I think in the next 1 week, I probably have to do another video to update us if they have come back to site. At the end of the day, what they are trying to do here, actually, or rather, what they are saying here is that they are requesting that Abuja grants them a special permit to travel across states. So, like I said, if someone is coming from Abuja or someone is coming from Kevin, so that they can actually travel across the state. People, isn't that a good news? While this is happening, I would please, please, please beg you, we must observe social distancing. I saw this thing yesterday. What's it called? I saw some photos yesterday, and especially the one I saw at the Obete market in Enugu. People, that wasn't nice. What I saw at the Obete market in Enugu yesterday was a call, a serious call for concern, because that is not good in any way, shape, or form. People were nowhere observing the social distancing. I mean, it's good. I am one of those that have advocated for the government to lift the ban, so we're not idiots. We can help ourselves. We can help in controlling this. But in controlling this, we need to observe social distancing, please, because we don't want this thing. If we don't want this thing to spread, because if it does, it's going to be a catastrophe for us all, and it's something we can avoid. Because we can avoid it, please, I beg us, can we please, you know, avoid it? At the same time, let me quickly look for the photo that I was talking about. So the photo that I was talking about for Ogbete Market Enugu, let me show us this so you guys will understand what I mean. This is Ogbete Market yesterday. Now let me zoom in. Look, what manner of social distancing are you seeing here? Ogbete Market. For some of you that will argue that this is not, I authenticate my information before I can share. You can see actually here, it says visit www.someenugu.com. You can see that here. Yeah, that's the emergency number to call in case there is anything. So with this, when I saw this in Enugu yesterday, this doesn't give me confidence, basically, that we fully understand what is on ground. I don't know if you guys are thinking what I'm thinking. I know we can do better. I know we can do better than this. I know people are hungry. Yes, people are hungry. Tonyani, Tochuku, my namesake. My first name is Tochuku as well. Yes, I know people are hungry, but in hunger, in being hungry, in being, in the quest to go and make money, should you stick your life out? Should you kill yourself? People are hungry, but it's no excuse for such. Please. Okay? So, as usual and as what we do, and another one, even in Lagos, I saw this in Lagos and I thought to myself, whoa, 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 people, what's wrong? What's wrong with us? Look, this is Lagos. People are in BRT. Look. This is people struggling. So, where's this? Where's the social distancing? Whoa! I don't know if that struck if that's struck you as it did to me. Because with this, I don't know how we can avoid not having COVID. With this, part of what I'm doing is to enlighten us. Let's try our best. Myself, this is my face mask. Okay? So I go out, I put my face mask on. So don't think I'm equally prepared. My face mask, So you put them on. You come back. They are reusable. Come back, wash them, hang them overnight. In the morning, iron them, reuse them again. Let's do the things we can do to help ourselves and leave the rest for the creator, because we couldn't do everything on our own. Okay? So people, that's it, and that's my wonderful update this evening. Now I will take time to take your questions. This guy, what's it called? Sagacious faciendum. How? Supu oyibo agbaje mmadụ okwu. Sagacious faciendum. Ewo. Nakwama atabiele. Madagascar just made COVID-19 organic tea. I'm happy about it. You guys should order. Listen, if we are serious, Professor Maurice Iwu has been saying that he found a cure. Sometimes I think, why is it that black man does not believe in himself? If Professor Iwu is saying this, why don't they just get this man, get him to administer? I mean, if people already have COVID, they have COVID. So you take something, you might survive. You don't take something, you might still survive. So why don't you? And I saw a video. Oh, this video still haunts me. This video still haunts me. I watched a video yesterday, this afternoon. The video of someone in Osun State, a young man of 19 years. He couldn't breathe. He was begging, "Don't let me die, don't let me die." Whenever I remember that, it hurts me. Sadly, I got a call this evening that the young man died. Now, Madagascar has not recorded any death. Many of you don't know, Ethiopia did not close their borders. Ethiopia has only recorded Ethiopia has only recorded 3 deaths. Three, number three, just three. What's the population size of Ethiopia? 109 million. Slightly over the population of, slightly over half of population of Nigeria. They didn't shut their airspace. Plane, as we speak, since all this COVID is going up and down, plane goes into Ethiopia, go out. Plane go. Still today, you can fly from England to Ethiopia. They didn't close down. This is African nation. We have Rwanda. Someone told me yesterday, oh, Rwanda is too small. And so what? Lagos is small as well. Land size. What I'm saying is, it's about leadership. What is it that our fellow Africans, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Africa must think or we perish? The problem I have is, it appears the strategy is that government is just only waiting for the white to find solution. We go and buy. Before what's it called? Ahmadu Bello. No, sorry, Saduana was the one that brought Dogoyaro from India to Nigeria. Dogoyaro cures some things. What is our brain in between our legs that we cannot think? I believe there are cures in Nigeria. I believe there are things that can cure coronavirus in Nigeria. All we need to do is apply, because I don't equally subscribe to where something is not tested, people start taking it. It might have some unforeseen consequences. But someone like Iwu, Professor Maurice Iwu, who this is his field, I think he must be listened to. He must be listened to. There are things that I believe we can do. I mean, what do we lose? We try it doesn't work. And so what? We'll try something else. Sorry. Suddenly we might begin to go to Madagascar by their own, and I believe, listen, rather than all this rubbish we are talking, I am expecting sometimes, listen, when I criticize the federal government, it appears the greater danger and the greater failure is actually in the states and the local government. No one, if Lagos State today wants to go and buy this concussion from, or this organic mixture from Madagascar, no one can stop Lagos State government from doing it, because it is for the well-being of your citizens. If Kano State, that people are now dying like fowl, when I showed us a video, someone washes their hand and drink the water, and I was shouting that these people, this is madness. Some of you said you worry too much. Look at it now. There is a gestation period for the COVID. You've been drinking your COVID water. Now it has come. And you have a Gandola. You have a governor who only eye only lights up when he sees dollar. Huh? You have someone there totally incompetent, fit not fit for purpose. What is he doing? So why can't Gandola, you know your people are dying? Extraordinary time calls for extraordinary measures. In one of the calls I had with Professor Soludo last Friday, actually his argument, and which I agree entirely, his argument was we should begin, Nigeria should be in a war mode. You know, the way Biafra was in 1963. There was a total blockade. And Biafra said, we will die or we will survive. Total blockade. Nothing was coming. Land, air, sea, border, everything closed. From nowhere, Biafra was able to build, they used chaka plate in a Land Rover, Range Rover. They built armored tanks. They were able to refine their own oil. They got professors from Nsukka, from their universities, and taxed them to do something. This is the time we should get all our immunologists, all of them, get them, tax them, challenge them. Tell them if you find a cure for COVID, you have 100 million. What is 100 million? But tax them, engage their brain. Nothing is coming. Sorry, but I talk about these things. These things are not rocket science. Why it gets me angry is you can not only be angry with the federal government, but you can as well have to be angry with the states. There is no leadership in the federal government. There is no leadership in the states. No state. If this thing was to buy car, if it's they how to spend 200 billion to buy car, suddenly they will remember that a state is independent and they will go and buy car and share. That one, sometimes I don't even know if they fly these cars with aeroplane for them because it appears whenever I want to say something controversial, they I don't know if anybody is attacking my MTN network, but who cares? What can they do? Even DSS is on lockdown. They can't come to my house. Oh, people, let me take some of your comments. I mean, it's been a wonderful evening, people. Let me just take some of your sagacious. Hi, this guy, sagacious Fatiendum. Nigeria does not patronize their own. I saw Abba mask and I was shocked. Abba made. Listen, Abba mask is awesome. When I say awesome, that is a definition of awesomeness. And actually, Abba has a fantastic mask, and they've done. Mentor Seni. Thanks for joining me. Fulani cannot move Nigerian forward. Abraham Ozoma. My ex, she's a nurse and from Finland, has tested 2 times positive. Ewo, 2 times. So, come on. This is what's it called? Double tragedy. She tests positive and she tests negative and tests positive again. Wallahi. Sorry to hear that, please. Our prayers will be with her that she will recover. You know, I know Finnish people are very nice. I will be surprised that they let you go. I'll be surprised that they let you go. Sorry about that. Yeah. So anyway, at the end of the day, what am I saying is that Africa must look inward. Africa must look inward. Africa must look inward. Now we are borrowing money right, left, and center. We borrow money to build Enugu International Airport. We borrow money, the same people of China. We borrow money from China to build um, train. We borrow money to build this. We borrow money to build that. One day we might wake up, there is no, it's only those people that we owe that will now tell you that, come on, it's time to pay. Hmm? Abraham Ozoma. Sorry, I think I don't know the comment if you can repost it because the comment is gone up and I don't think I can get back to the comment, there was a time I think I had a break in transmission. So, but again, Maz, they talk about Abba made mask. Abba made masks are good, you know, they are good, and I've seen them. And actually, these guys are Abba made mask are doing great. They are doing great because I've seen some of them. Some of them are actually, even now they've gone even further, and they are doing like how do you call it? They design like cap. I think I had a picture of it. Let me see if I can find it. They now design like cap, face mask. I mean, come on, people. Our people are too creative. People are too creative. That's why I am of the opinion the government must find a way to patronize the local things we make. We cannot continue. See what I mean here? Let me share this with us. Yeah? This is exactly what I mean. Look, isn't this beautiful? Look at it. So she used it as a cap and at the same time as a face mask. Huh? Our people are so creative. Look at this one again. This is Abba made. Yeah? See how wonderful they are. Oh, geometrics. You and this geometrics. Geometrics is almost bankrupt, my brother. Geometric is, you see, the politics of power generation. One thing many of you don't know is that even if geometric is finished today, it might not even power Abba because that is the reason we talk about that restructuring is because we need to somehow get back to either a confederation or the concept of Abori. There is no going back on these things, people. You cannot generate electricity and give it out to someone, then you have nothing to. So even if geometrics is finished today, you can only sell what it generates. It cannot even, you know, it cannot even use it within Ava. Mazi, the testing kit from China is fake. Well, I don't speak on things I haven't verified. I don't have any verifiable and empirical evidence to say that they are. But if they are, of course, this is, we have attorney generals. That is their job to really freaking sue them and get things done properly. Okay? See? I cry for Ndibo. Nigeria should prepare dollar exchange rate to. Hey, oh boy. This your comment, please. Don't. I don't know where you are, but you are causing trouble. Dollar will exchange for. Why would dollar exchange for 1,000? That is the question. Why? Eh? Why? Let us leave the dollar alone and find a way. Listen, COVID is there, true, but we must have to go back to farm in order to feed ourselves. If not, what is happening now is just rehearsal. By the time we get towards dry season, now, people can easily, you can cultivate and you can get ugu, you can get things now. By the time everything, all the yams are all on underground, things are waiting around August. If we don't plant them now, that is when proper. We are just kidding with palliatives. Time will come. Even if you live in mansion, and you're cooking, somebody is passing and just hear the smell of the stew. They will climb wire gauze with that fence and coming. It's not coming to take your money, just coming to take the pot of soup. That's what that person will come. But so we can avoid all this, and the time to start is now. The time to start is now. Okay, I'll take a couple of comments more. Then I would never trust anything from China. Well, you have no option. What are you producing? You see, the thing is, you you can't say we say we don't trust anything from China, but what are you producing? I keep saying it. The only time we can begin to make such utterances is when we have alternative. Now, I say, for instance, Why would any state governor in the southeast wait for freaking China mask where you have them in Aba? They can give you how many things you need. You buy them. You don't even need government. So begin to buy and keep for yourself. Buy your own. Don't wait for government to give you, because it is your life. It's not government lives. It is your own life. You're protecting your own life. You're not protecting government life. So the earlier it gets into our brain to know that we have personal responsibilities to stay in our life. Yes, there are the ones government can do, but the bulk of the responsibility is on you. People should use this lockdown to cultivate yam. Of course. Not only right now, make sure you go to the farm. Me, my farm and my garden is doing all right. I think I'll actually make a video where with my children where we farm. So you see, it's not only talking. You get to do something as well. Hmm? That is going to happen over 12 years. Listen, I think one of the greatest joy I have now is that oil is so low, and I want oil price to remain even -50, so that we don't produce oil at all. Because I think the greatest thing that has happened to us, without exception, Niger Delta or Old Eastern Region, Southeast, South, Southwest, everybody is oil. Everybody. They will hear, we didn't get enough money from federal allocation. Tax people, tax. Be creative. No, we won't. Oil. If there is any way you can go, just stay like that for a long time. No, people that say oil is in their state, they own oil. If you want to drink oil, you drink it. Because you get this oil money. All you have is bunch of looters come together, share it, buy Prado jeeps, run you off the street, and that's all they do. But now, there's no oil. Go and get your own cup. Get your own cup. You begin to aganamu mudu mudu. Maybe I'm mudu of one mudu of oil. You go home and drink. If you want to use it for anointing oil, that's your own cup of tea. Anambra Airport. Anambra Airport, I said I wouldn't make any other video on Anambra Airport till towards the end of the year. You know why? I've explained this before, and I don't know if you have heard it, Henry Iben. I'm explaining this again. I made a video and I still stand by every single word I said on that video because it's fact-based. I called it, go back, search it, the fraud called Anambra State Airport. I believe is a fraud. And people reached out to me, even the government people reached out to me saying, Maz, the airport can go when you can come to the airport. I said, no, I don't want to come and see you tilling the soil. Between now and December, I'll find time to come to the Anambra Airport unannounced, but it's not going to be now because now they are barely starting. I want to see when they are serious. But for now, Anambra State Airport remains a fraud. I don't want to talk about it, but it remains a fraud until otherwise proven. They have oil in Abia State. They will begin to drink oil in Abia State now. If not, how can, if we have things upstairs, whatever we generate from Aba alone, the city of Aba, the ingenuity in Aba dwarfs oil. But here, everybody is talking about oil. Don't worry. Wetekwa iko a ga-eji gbanyere gị oil nke gị. Weta iko a ga-eji gbanyere gị oil. My people, thank you very much for joining me once more. As is okay here. Let me do this because I've been talking now. Let me give you guys opportunity. If you want to call, the number to call on WhatsApp only is this. Call this number if you want to speak so I can speak with you. This is the number to call. The number to call is this. It's WhatsApp only. Okay, so this is the number to call. Okay, people. Now, what am I saying here? We must begin to somehow believe in ourselves. We must somehow begin to believe in ourselves because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, when I say the things we do, we are not believing in ourselves. We have here, I believe we have people that can develop the drug. However, prophecy, who is the wrong messenger because he damaged his name in politics. Listen, Anthony. Nwoke ukwu, I see your point. In matters of life and death, in matters of life and death, you don't talk about old reputation. Imagine someone who doesn't like black people suddenly has an accident. In matters of life and death, it will be silly to be talking about, oh, I want a white doctor to come and treat me. Then you probably die. If the solution is Professor Iwu, yes, I know under his reign he was what I would call Iwu Wuruwuru. Rigging became amplified. In that case, yes, I understand it that Iwu didn't have a good name. But hey, Iwu didn't have a good name, and so what? If he's the solution, and so what? If he can bring the solution, I think I would disagree with you in terms of integrity. After all, we have many with integrity. What have they done? Emmanuel OPE. Brother, I'm telling you what I saw in Revelation. It's not just prediction will happen. I saw the first last 2 years when I was still in Nigeria, but here in Russia. Poof, man. You see, there is one thing I don't argue about. You sleep and wake up and tell me you saw revelation. I didn't sleep with you. I didn't dream with you. I can't argue. You saw revelation. As long as the revelation doesn't mean I would dip into my pocket and the revelation said Mazi will give you 10,000 naira, then I'll keep quiet. So revelation is fine and good. I wouldn't say anything. That's all I can say. It will happen, my people. I don't know what will happen, but hey, I am spiritual and believe that virus will disappear uncure. What? Uncure? Oh, so who is calling? Someone is calling me on video. Can you call me on audio, please?
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Uh, Mas,
Hello, who am I speaking to?
Mazi,
Yes.
David from here.
Yeah, who am I
I'm
speaking
calling
to?
from Dubai.
Okay, Dubai. Yes.
You are speaking to Anito Chukwu John.
Okay. Anitochukwu John, go ahead.
Okay. The thing is that Nigeria has always promised us, the leadership, they have always promised us.
Promised you what?
Because, one, they have promised us about opening the Enugu Airport, saying it's not today. And they have been playing with us. So now they are doing it because they have seen that Nnamdi Kanu has started pushing on this Biafra thing. That is why they are doing all these their political things they always do. But I tell you, they will never open that airport. They are just doing this their politics games because of this Biafra of a thing. Because even the international bodies now are speaking on this Biafra, on this marginalization of a thing of the Igbo people. So they are just playing politics, bro, with all these things. And secondly, about the self-distance or social distance, they say Nigeria don't have those rules and laws guiding it. Because in this place, we have time we go out to get something. Before we go out, you have to ask a pass from the police online. And the police they give you before you go out. You don't just go out anyhow. If they get you on the street, they arrest you. But
Yeah,
Nigeria don't
but
have such
no,
structures.
no, 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 no. Two things here. On Enugu International Airport and your insinuations,
Okay.
let's leave it at that. But one thing I know is um, we are more than alive to our responsibilities now than ever. And I would say partly thanks to Buhari for waking us up. And on the issue of not having the what it takes to deal with COVID and the necessary regulations, I think is not right. there are two things. It's either sometimes we read without digesting, or we ignore to read. Wike, for instance, yesterday gave a guideline. I mean, what's? It's the same guideline worldwide. Wike, for instance, said, and that's what the federal government has been saying. If you are in keke, you don't be more than two people in keke. In a taxi, not more than three. That means two at the back, at the extreme windows, one in front. Social guidelines, social distancing guidelines, wear your face masks. So I don't know. Do you? It's just that sometimes we are too adamant, or do we want soldiers to start flogging us for us to really obey, or do you want honestly? And again, we cannot do what. Listen, Dubai can afford to lock down and do what they are doing. We can't. We have people who work, and if they don't go to work, their children will starve, and there is no government there to give you palliatives because most times we don't have record. There is no data, so there is no. Now, what do you do in such cases? Do not blame, because we government will take part of the blame, but you and I are likely to take the greater part of the blame. You know what? I said earlier, before, if you joined me earlier, I said, what is it? What has Ethiopia, Rwanda, Madagascar, three nations in Africa, that has the least number of infections and deaths? What did they do better than we are doing? Thank you very much for calling in. So, again, I mean, I maintain, what did they do better than we are doing? Obviously, there is something they are doing better than we are. Okay? There must be something that they are doing better. I had a caller call me before, so let's try to bring him in once more. Okay, so you are now on with Mazes. Okay, so who are you and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Venezuela, Mazes. Okay.
Venezuela. Now, wow. How are you in Venezuela?
We're all fine.
No, nkwado ebe unu anọrọ Venezuela. Ebe egova dị ka toilet tissue.
Ọ dịrị izi ihe a na-eme.
Nna, unu na oke osisi nọ ebe, oke osisi na Venezuela.
Ọ dị ka ime oke osisi ọfụma.
Emesịa kenelu m ya sị na Maazị Ezeoke na-ekene ya. Oke osisi na-aba agana.
Udo dị mma ekene ya.
Okay, go ahead.
Maazị Ezeoke, enwebụ something nchọpụta ịjụ gị.
Your life air, so go ahead.
Okay. Ịma enwere ihe obi anọ na-akpa every time ọ pụta kwuo na Anambra State Refinery, Anambra State Airport. Isi na ịchọrọzi ikwu nke airport, yes, I understand all those things. Mana kedu maka nke refinery ahụ ọ na-ekwu? Every time ọ na-ekwu okwu refinery. Arụ refinery arụ ka ọ na-arụrụ. Because na ndị otego akọbara ofu ogologo ahụ nwozi nke mmadụ mabụ eziokwu.
It's very simple. Anambra State Refinery bụ a private venture. Put it that way. It's called Orient Petroleum. So if you Google Orient, you probably have the details. Again, the airport in question is anchored because namely are not cargo airports. The reason you maybe have no something that has to do with petroleum, because enwe na Enugu, enwe na Asaba, enwe na Owerri. So it's, that now the argument will not get help with the petroleum sector. Okay?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, from Kejelami, Afroboot, I'll leave it at that. But when I decide to talk about the Anambra Airport, I want to give them, what I'm doing now is to give them the grace to work. If what they are saying that they are working, but I didn't say that. Listen, it's what I did was research. I published what the governor said. Boneme campaign. I gave timeline. Timeline is up. It's now up. So after 36 months, Kedi Highway. If we have nothing, don't worry, we will meet. We will meet. That's the way, I deal with facts, not emotions. If the fact says my dad is a criminal, then sorry, dad, you are nothing but a criminal. But I'll leave it at that. Well, thank you very much for calling. So, my people, that is it. That is the way it is. So I say it the way it is without minding whose ox is God. Gents Wood said, Ndi Igbo. Chai, Ndi Igbo can travel. My brother Ndi Igbo can travel. Eh? You know Venezuela. Venezuela, sometime their money, I think about last month, last month, I think America wanted to actually intervene there to take over the government. I saw some clips, but still unverified. I didn't know. I didn't hear anything from the mainstream media again. Okay? So, Gentlewood, you must be a wicked somebody. How can you send the boy mass, Pluto, and Satan? Our people are everywhere. Chai, Ndibo. They try, we travel. Amụnwa na onwe m ọkwọ emekata wee travel wee chie m echichi so n'ọrụ fever anyị na travel. We can travel home and abroad, normally. Now I am on lockdown, but my feet and my mileage are wasting because I ought to be on air. Many of you watching me, between the Austrians and Germans and within the DACH region, have a lot of invitations outstanding, but I can't travel because obviously we can't fly. So that's who we are. We are traveling people. So if you wish to have any contribution, you can as well make your call. And I will be here for a couple of minutes more. Today is Tuesday. Tell me where you're calling from. Tell me where you're watching me from. If there is anything you want us to talk, the phone number on the screen is not reachable. Well, I said that is WhatsApp. WhatsApp only. The phone number is on WhatsApp only. Okay? So WhatsApp only. I want to go to Abuja. Where are you at all? Who is wanting to go to Abuja? Where are you? Grantwood. Are you in Okokobioko that you want to go to Abuja? Hmm? Bita Nato. Thank you very much. So, people, I thank you. Bita Nato. Okay, I just called. Hi. Sagacious Mazi. Bajabia Miller, the man with 4:30 or half past. Okay. It's here. The issue of the bill, Don Chinos. The issue of the bill is a different matter altogether. Don Chinos from London. I hope you're staying safe in London. So, who is calling me from United States of America? Florida. Florida, Obodom.
South Beach, you didn't holler at me, but that's on a lighter note.
Sorry, Biko Ivan Emakalia. And Ivan Emakalia. When I came to Miami, you see, because always Oyibo thinks that whenever you come to America, you are there to stay.
Yeah.
I came in, they asked me, Maz is okay, how long are you staying? I said 2 days. He looked at me, he said, 2 days? I said, of course, I'm not here to stay. I have business, I have things to do, so I'm coming in to do what I need to do and get out. Anyway, that's by the way. So go ahead and make your contribution.
Okay, one day actually, when I didn't want to know a lot to say, but I think your time constrained basically, and I once in a while do put up a write-up with JJ Media, which is actually doing a good job in terms of Igbo Renaissance,
Yes, I believe so too.
I must commend you guys for what you're doing with limited resources and time factor that you have, the sacrifice is well noted, you know. And I actually listened to the lecture by Mr. Soludo the other, I think over the weekend, which you actually moderated, and I must commend you for that. It's too late now to sing the Nigerian issue because it's beyond redemption. Because everything boils down to the leadership factor. And I must say this briefly to give you a few instances where there are things that we have to use the conditions that is peculiar to Nigerians alone to solve Nigerian problems. You know, and I've watched you. I came in late to this debate. I just got out from my office and I came into this debate, and I actually heard you mention about Wike. Wike, all he's doing in conjunction with the rest of them, including the guy that was supposed to be the president, is all made for TV. And I must tell you why. If you listen to the governor of Cross River State, he's an academician. He has been the most outstanding that has made the most common sense in this pandemic issue. If you had time to actually,
I've watched the video. I've watched the video in reference.
I'm sorry.
I've watched the video in reference. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, the young man is only one of the few governors that has impressed me. And I must tell you the underlying effect why a state like Cross River State and Lagos State has had good leadership. And I must tell you also why P2B, being the SY governor of Anambra State, wanted to do the same thing by trying to bring Soludo, just like what Tinubu was doing in Lagos right now, that people don't actually understand the legacy he's leaving behind by providing successful leadership. People don't know this, but it's revolutionary in nature because it's accountable. And P2B was trying to do the same thing in Anambra State through Soludo, but the powers that be politically, you should know this, wouldn't let him be.
Sure.
But having said that, and let me bring you back to the issue of why I have to narrow it down to this pandemic. Now, I just came back. If I would have zeroed a picture, a video recording of what we call drive-through testing.
I know that. I know that. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, we are aware of that. Drive-through testing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I would have given you a live feed of a drive-through testing of COVID experimentational testing in Orange Convention County here in Orlando, where people can just drive through and have themselves tested, basically. And to see the difference of what is called organizational planning. And this arrived from when we had a catastrophic hurricane here called Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah.
Sometime while ago. And that hurricane was so devastating to the state of Florida and the economy. And we haven't had such hurricanes since 1926 or 36, as the case may be. So what happened was the state went back to the drawing board and learned from such experiences. And what happened? They marshaled out resources. And this is by leadership. You mentioned of Rwanda and some other countries, which I'm glad that you have. I've traveled to these countries. And it's all about leadership. What direction that you have to go.
Okay.
On a footnote, the man that is claiming to be prudent in resources created 2 universities in Daura. Now, how would you expect a sophisticated electorate in Nigeria with the young workforce they have to believe him in whatever he's saying? It's just a little symptoms of the problem that other successive governments has followed.
Okay.
Do you understand? I'm just
No. Okay. I mean, yeah. Others are waiting to make a call, but if I can,
So what I'm trying, in a Nigerian solution. And the Nigerian solution could have been, you mentioned of Mr. Iwu. Mr. Iwu brought out a common sense that the strain that is associated with COVID-19 is related to that of Ebola. Now, we have a science and technology minister, Obonayono. I don't know the rapport that they have in terms of coordination. He's been missing in action.
If he's not
just like the Ministry of Internal Affairs or whatever his name is has been missing. Where is the coordination? You cannot have this coordination if you don't have leadership.
If you're not in his party, you can't be talking anyway. That is,
sorry,
if you're not in their party, you cannot make meaningful contribution.
Absolutely. So that was
now let me take you on. Sorry, I need to take other calls, but let me just quickly make a comment on what you said about Cross River. You know what you see in Cross River. In as much as I like Ayade personally as a man who thinks, but the video in reference is what I refer to as beautiful nonsense. You know why? What Ayade is saying, he can do it himself without waiting for the federal government. It's always easy. And before you joined, I alluded to this. There is no leadership at the federal level. There is no leadership at the state level. There is no leadership at the local government level. He could. I said before, I don't know if you heard me, if they were serious, Lagos State could actually bypass the federal government and go to Madagascar and get this organic concussion, if it works. Kano State, that's why I put his picture on the screen, because here he looks as if he's looking into a microscope. He can move his behind and get to Madagascar and get this thing and secure his people. No, they are not interested in doing that. They are only interested in sharing money, and that money will kill all of them.
Can I chip into the point that you've just made?
Yes.
Okay, you made a brilliant point, but I assure you, there are some Nigerian doctors and scientists that perform brilliantly during the Ebola crisis that can also, like you mentioned, Professor Iwu, somebody made mention of him being the INEC chairman and him being tainted, which is ill-informed because he's not there out there in the field trying to influence whatever that they might do.
It's irrelevant anyway.
Absolutely. So, but he's a brilliant scientist, and he is well recognized here in the United States. We all know him, and he knows what he's talking about, but they wouldn't listen to him. And there are many more of the wolves like that in Nigeria, whatever part of the country. But because there is no leadership that can harness this human resources, the greatest asset that a country has, and that is why 60 years on is still the same way.
Thank you very much. You have summarized this up.
On a footnote, we all have to go back to who we are as Biafrans. And
listen, I think I must commend you. I must read one of your papers. You must have a lot of footnotes, because when you put one footnote, before you know it, you put another footnote. That's on a lighter note. Thank you very much, my brother.
We have a lot of Nigerians here. Wole Soyinka is a friend, and a lot of intellectuals here that come here to deliver lectures. And
you know what we do, my brother? You know what you do? Drop me a message and your name on my WhatsApp so we can connect. Okay? So, if not,
to finally talk to you, and I'll do that, and I'm free weekends to rub minds. And
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If not,
any way I can help, I'll be glad to help.
If not for the COVID, I mean, I was actually built to be a week before the Easter. I think I was built to be in Tampa, but hey, here we are. Everybody's on lockdown.
Okay, I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I travel quite a lot all over the world. But
it's fine.
You know, we'll get in touch, and I'll actually do that, and we'll get back to it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. So, you know, like I said, people, it's always good to the ordinary president Ahmed Isa would always say it's good to bono. When you bono with people, Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. We can have discussions. You see, the discussions is going all right. I'm looking at the charts. The chart is going all right. Everyone is doing fantastically well. There is no insult. I commend you all. You're doing a fantastic job. That is what I preach here, maturity. Let's respect one another. Let's put our views across, you know. And I like the jokes that come in. And if you like the broadcast, please can you give me a thumbs up? Just like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'll put on my personal channel on the screen. I'm begging you to subscribe to my channel, which is YouTube /C/ Mazezoke, or you search for Mazezoke there, you can see me. And I'm targeting to get up to 1,000 within the next couple of days, but hey, it appears I'm actually going down. I'm only struggling. I think I'm at about 100 and 120 now, but hey, here am I. So, what am I saying is, there is a total failure of leadership, like I said, at the federal government level, state level, and local government level. You know why? There is no single local government in Nigeria with a functional. That's what I keep saying it. You want to know a good international airport, get into their toilet. The same way, if you want to know a good local government office, go to their toilet. The toilet reveals a lot about human beings. In your houses, the toilet reveals a lot about you. You come to people's toilet and you see men standing up, pinkling, just woo, everywhere. It says a lot about that individual. It's disgusting. But 777 or whatever local governments, they have no person there. Not even one. No functional, none. None. When I say not where men can just go and stand and no. I mean proper toilet where a lady, a woman, your wife, my child, your child, female, can go in and use comfortably and come out. That does not exist. Therefore, the leadership problem we have is not only at the federal level. The leadership problem we have cuts across. While we blame the federal government, we take the bigger chunk of the blame. So I can take one or two calls more. Sorry, some of you called before, but I was on this call. So if you can call back, that will be much appreciated. And I have Nanto. Mazi, how do I find your channel? Oh, so yeah. Oh, bless you. I've got notification. Two of you've just subscribed. So if you can type in what is on the screen. This is YouTube /C. C I think means custom. Another /. Or if you just go to youtube.com, type in C/Maziezoke, you will see my channel. And please subscribe to my channel. I shared a video the other day. I was at the Costaris farm. And, fantastic job these guys are doing there. Fantastic job. Fantastic. When I say fantastic job, my mind is blown. That is the way to go. This is a man who has made his money. He has now decided to come back home and he is doing fantastically in that field. Okay, so I'm calling back this person. Go to YouTube and put in the name in search bar. Yes, thank you very much. Grant. Okay, so you can do that and help me grow that channel so that we get over the threshold. We keep creating content and content that basically brings the issues at fore, and we keep discussing them. I want to hear your view. You hear mine. No one knows it all. No one, it's no one knows it all. That's why I've. Oh, okay. I have someone calling from Canada. Hello. You're live with Mazes, okay? Who am I speaking to? Yes, the only one, the only poor man that is known as Mazes, okay? You are not poor, you are rich in Jesus' name. Amen. By the names of our ancestors. You Grant, you can't even type as okay. EZEOKE. It's on the screen. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Mazi, afọ m ihe na-eme ife ihe na-eme amaka. Ele m na ihe na-eme na ọ dị life kịta. Enjoy by any because I'm watching it
Yes.
in my bedroom.
Yes. Go ahead.
In Canada.
Mm-hmm.
In Canada.
So in Buhari's language, you are in the Azar room. You are in the Azar room. Okay. Be careful in the Azar room.
Yeah, we produce many things this time.
Ah, you see?
After this coronavirus, just check it and watch it. We have a lot of babies.
I am in the spirit. I am in the spirit. That's why I told you. You are in the Azar room, and the result will come at 9 months from now, December, January, or Portugal.
Yes. Yeah.
So what's your contribution?
My contribution is that what about now that people are not much in a way. Why can't they use this opportunity to face the road and other things?
What do you mean?
Okay, some roads are not good. We have bad roads in Nigeria. We have a lot of bad roads in Nigeria.
Can you reduce the whatever you're watching me from? Can you reduce the volume, please?
Yes.
The device you're using there is echo in it. It's echoing back.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're saying is, why can't they use the time to build roads?
To maintain some roads.
I think you have been too long in Canada. That's why you no longer understand the nonsense happening here. These people are not interested in building any road. If there is a way they will steal the money and run away, you are there telling them to. Why do you think they wait until when it starts raining, they will go back and say they are doing something? Listen, they are not interested in building any road. One, they are not even interested in building road. Two, they don't have the money, even if they will. Now, what is going to hit us in Nigeria now is going to be it's never happened in our lifetime. Because one thing that's going to happen to us now, we don't have money. Oil price is gone. Corona coupled with coronavirus scattering the world economy. Remember, the world is heading into a gargantuan recession. So anyone that has any money better keep your money. Though Nigerian money might soon be like Venezuela and Zimbabwe money though, but the one you have, you better keep it and stay alive. So thank you very much. So thank you everyone. Watching you from Leeds. Oh, Leeds, Yorkshire. Well, Grant Woods, thank you. You say you're proud of Ndibo. Anyị bụ ife anyị bụ. Igbo. Anyị bụ nation builders. Okay? So at the end of the day, I hope those people watching me from Kaduna are still here. If you're still here, raise up your hand. I'll have a message for your governor. So like I was saying before, we do not have leaders. That's the thing. You know, listen, go back now. We don't have, go to YouTube, search for Tafawa Balewa. Tafawa Balewa was the prime minister that was killed by Nzogo. I believe his death was needless. That was a mistake on my. I believe that coup was not needed. But be that as it may, Tafawa Balewa was killed. Now take your time, listen to Tafawa Balewa when he visited America. You will be proud as a human being to be called a Nigerian. Then, but now, listen, listen to your president. You want to hide in the toilet. You cannot compare the crop of leaders before and now. Listen to them, Mbakwe, the man that governed Imo State, Ebony State, Abia State combined, governed him alone with peanuts, with virtually no money. He governed them excellently well with peanuts. There was no oil. There was nothing he was getting. But here, look at what we have in Abia State. People will tell me that it appears I hate the man. I hate incompetence. He has a PhD in my foot. Look at what we have in, anyway. That one, it's not a governor. He's a Supreme Court infested governor. So he's, you know. But when you hear them speak, you wonder, how did we plunge this low? How did things get so bad? So it's not only at the federal government level, it is both at the state level, at local government level. You know why? Because you and I caused it. Many of us have just run away. Living in Canada, America, London. We have left the home. The home front we have left for cucumbers and carrots. All they do is just think about how to steal. I keep telling us I can't say this enough. How could it be that men, if you go to the place you find the finest houses in Spain is federal government, is government properties. You find the finest marble. I don't know, many of you watching me from Spain or people have been to the cathedral in Barcelona, cathedral. You see detail. Whoa! I've been to that cathedral twice. Oh, someone just gave me a thumbs down. Maybe, I don't know. But hey, you've gave me a thumbs down for the video. Show me love by giving me thumbs up. Oh, maybe he's supporting Oju Zokalo and Theodore. That's why he gave me a thumbs down. Hey, that means you must be one of those that do not want us to progress. And the people watching me would not agree with you. They are going to thumbs up this video in order to prove you wrong that yes, what I'm saying is right. We have men who are not qualified to govern us. That's why they can only run you over. That's why they run you over. Thank you, whoever did that now. That's why they run you over when they drive. Ask yourself, why is it that they will prefer to go and buy one Prado Jeep for 50 million rather than go to Nnewi and buy equivalent of it for about 15 million? What they will use in buying one from America or Japan can buy three or four in Nnewi and give them change. You see, there is limit you can even blame others for our woes. Oh, people, oh God, this is very touchy. Thank you very much. At least now, this is the type of protest I like because, yeah, someone else, it appears it's a competition. Someone else has changed his mind from thumbing up and thumbing it down. That cracks me up. So it's like some people are saying thumbs down. What you're saying is not true. Then some people are saying thumbs up. I wonder why would somebody say thumbs down when I talk about rather than spend that money to go to America and Japan and buy Prado, Lexus. Why can't we spend it in Nnewi and buy Innocent and create job? Because when you create job, it doesn't matter. Money revolves around. Innocent creates job. He builds more. He expands. But Innocent is only in Enugu and in Nnewi. If we make it as a law, say for instance, the Enugu International Airport is going to be fixed. Every single vehicle that's going to be used in this airport is going to be sourced locally. You might encourage others actually. Oh, someone changed his mind. Thank you very much for changing your mind. So it might encourage others actually to begin to open and look for, create more opportunities. Innocent doesn't use robots. So it creates, and you see, one thing people don't know is when you have plants, The mind is busy. Someone that has trained for about 10 years. Why is it that some of the best stylers, they tell you, oh, these are Togolese? You know why? Because they've been so humbled and they've worked with a lot of people and they've learned it very well. That's why when they do tiling, they cut it. It's excellent. Someone that has trained in innocent with innocent for about 10 years can decide to resign, take his gratuity, go and open a shop where that individual would have his own body shop or whatever that individual will have. Yeah, and once that happens, that person will create job, employ people, and when you employ people, you teach them because the standard you have learned from being within the best in any within it will remain. That is how things are being done. You know, recently, I just something occurred to me. If you grew up and if you had anything to do in Enugu, I knew the time we grew up in Enugu when tap was running, normal tap, Enugu State Water Corporation. You cannot close it. You cannot use your hand to close the tap without water splashing everywhere. The velocity and the force was so great. But today, before they finish a house, just normal gravity, no force, normal gravity. Put a tank on top of that house, open it. The whole block of the house will soak. Why? Because plumbers no longer have the patience to learn. So the problem we have is not only of governance, it's about every single thing. Plumbers no longer have the patience to learn the job, learn it properly. Carpenters, bricklayers, tilers. Sometimes they will tile your house. You even want to, if you don't have shoe, the unevenness you can actually take a toenail out of your toes. So the, the, the the decadence is unbelievable. The decay is unbelievable. Why is it that every single person that wants to go into politics is only thinking about convoy? No sane person, tell me, is Abuja telling all the southeastern governors to move with convoy? Is it Abuja that is telling them all your senators to move with convoy? Why is it that all of them, without exception, has the brain to know that this thing doesn't help? None without exception. None at the state level. Your classmate who becomes a local government chairman, suddenly he visits you. I won't mention him, but there is this guy in Omaya. I know him. I mean, he used to stay in Omaya. Eh? He lives in Fimbas. For those of you who know Omaya, he became a local government chairman. And the day I saw him in Omaya, I mean, about three mopo. I mean, I'm like, I can't even talk with you normally again. Mopo is everywhere. Come on now, people. Is Abuja telling them to do that? We must begin to look inwards. My greater blame goes to us. You know why I say my greater blame goes to us? I have seen us elect idiots. Why? Because they give us 1,000, 5,000, 1,000, 5,000 people. How many of you would actually vote for somebody if he does not move, if he's not in your quote unquote already made millionaire, he moves with convoy, he runs you out of the road? And that is the one that aches me all the time. They run you out of the road. Your mom is going to market, you hear pew 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 pew, and just boom. If the person doesn't, one time recently I was driving from Umuahia to Aba. On that road, siren, pure, 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 pure. And I looked at my rear mirror. I said, what is wrong? Where are these people going? I moved, allowed them to go on the speed lane. They went. I came out again to be on the speed lane. And suddenly, one of those Hiluxes started swerving. And I was kind of, I was kind of saying, what's wrong? Why do you have to? because I've already looked at them. At least you can see they are politicians, thief, politicians. That's what I call them. You can see they are politicians. So it's not like these are armed robbers. Then probably Mazi got to be scared or whatever. No, and I just said to myself, this is absurd. This is an abnormality. Why are you swerving? Go right, go. The other one is telling you, hey, stop, don't go too fast. You're going on your own. You're going your fast, and I'm going on my own. I'm not in the same car with you. Why must you run people out? Why must you? Why must you run people out of the road? So when you see these things and you keep saying it, I don't know when we will begin to. I don't know when we will begin to have this thinking very well. In pattern, in living this evening, I want us to look at this. Maybe it has come to a point that you and I must begin to get engaged. Ask these people, kedu ife ha ga-emela anyị? Let us stop electing somebody who has no job. A politician has just politics is your job. Let us stop electing them. Why would someone you don't have a job? You cannot. You must be known for something. I am a project manager. If I decide tomorrow to go to politics and they don't elect me, I will go back to my work because I have something doing, and that is the way it should be. But tell me any of them that loses election now, they do nothing else. They just keep hanging around. A friend of mine, actually from America, came back. I told him, I won't mention his name, he's from Anambra State. He didn't get it. But it's nothing, he's just there, serving people who amount to nothing. There should be self pride. That's why it is good to learn something. Good to, you have honestly, we must get to a point where if you have nothing to do, you have nowhere, you cannot govern because when I say that this decadence is everywhere, I've given us the analogy of the toilet. The toilet says a lot about us. Exactly the same way, the way we treat the poor, the way Maazi treat someone when I'm not rich determines the way I would treat the poor when I'm rich. But we ignore all these signs. Where I blame us the most is that we actually encourage them. It broke my heart one time in my community in Ezenifte. One man who served as a local government chairman, he was one of the best in Aguatan. And I overheard someone saying that I have Jecha local government Balakanata, meaning in English, that he went to local government chairman. He didn't do what others were doing and he came back empty handed. It broke my heart. It broke my heart because that statement meant he must go and steal. He must go and commingle. He must go and loot. You see a local government chairman appointed 6 months, 7 months, 10 months, he de-roofs his house or he starts building new one. And we applaud him. Where we are supposed to be the one that's supposed to throw stones. We blame Abuja, yes, Abuja has its own part of the blame. The structure has its own part of the blame. But sometimes I say, ọdụkwa ka na amaghị ejije ụmụ anyị ọ bụrụ na anyị nwetara ihe anyị na-achọ ọ nọnsensị anyị na-emegheri ebe a ka anyị ga-eji wee mee ha nwa. You go to airports, it takes a Chinese or someone from Togo to do a good tile at the airport. In a local capacity. Give the same job to someone local capacity because he's in a hurry. He didn't learn it. Oh, I can do it. You look at what builders do on our SOE. Somebody cannot do something, he cannot equal to what someone from Ghana, from Togo can do. Why? Because they have gone to technical schools. Handworks in America, plumbers in England, they earn more and they are needed. But on our own, no. I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. An engineer, you can't engineer anything. Look at COVID. All of the engineers, our roads are so useless and you cannot even fix common road. Where would I even start? Eh? Let us invite our brothers to Mazes. That's a good one. Listen, I think we need to, because this is not one time conversation. You know why I'm saying these things? I am so passionate about this. And someone one time wrote me on my WhatsApp and said, Maz, when you say these things, what have you done? I said, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I don't need to blow trumpet. I was engaging someone. I said, do you know how much I have spent on palliatives alone within these 4 weeks? Honestly. But I can't even name them. I can't even share the pictures. Why? I'm not doing it to receive the glory of that I have shared palliatives. But here we will have. I saw a picture. They say that is Imo State. Two packets of I feel like crying. 2 packets of Indomie and 1 tuber of yam that is not even up to the fist of my hands. They said the governor brought, and that is what they. Sometimes I feel like crying. Now, do we blame Abuja for that? Do we? The greater problem, the greater part of the blame is on me and you. I'm not exempting myself. We have to begin to rethink. You in diaspora watching me, you at home watching me, you are in Lagos, in Abuja, Kaduna, wherever you are. We must begin to communicate back to our parents, our brothers, our sisters. We must rethink. We must begin to rethink or we perish. Look at it. Chinese. Look at what happened in China. The Chinese are there doing what they are doing to us. Someone is calling. Mazes okay here. It appears I'm so tired now. Hello, Mazes okay speaking.
Yeah, Mazik, this is Clive from Dallas, Texas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm watching the video on YouTube, and more or less I'm interested about the airport, because really I'm one of the travelers that used it. I will follow you on the issue.
So sorry. Someone said we were Erika Chinedu said, Maz, yes, okay, we have here we have here enough of this airport. Okay, we have. I meant maybe he meant to write. We have had enough of this airport thing. Please, it's not by force. If you have had enough and you think the update I gave is not, it's not by force.
Okay, I'm just coming in anyway.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I know, I'm sorry, but really the topics you are picking, the issues you are talking about is more or less that really is what I appreciate, because really, whatever people are complaining about here and there, charity begins at home. A lot of us have to. If Biafra can survive without any foreign something, I see no reason why, as you mentioned about our engineers and this, nobody is doing anything. Yeah, claiming that you are this, but you haven't done anything. And you mentioned about people to start small businesses, hire people. Most of the topics here, I wasn't prepared for this event, but I really thank you very much for following all this input on the chain, everything about the Easterners. Every time we are complaining, but we are not doing something about it. But you pick it up and you're on it. Thank you very much. And God will continue giving you that strength and protect you for this endeavor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I say we are not serious, this is the reason why. I want to share this picture with us here. Now, and when I say this is when I talk about this, someone else is calling. Okay. Yeah, hello, Mazes, okay, speaking.
Yeah, this is Clive back again.
Okay.
Yeah, you wanted to say something, but think of.
No, no, no. Okay, no, no. I was going on with the program. Sorry. I was going on with the
Okay.
program. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I will continue following you up anyway.
Thank
And
you very much. So
connecting
you
with
can
you.
subscribe to
Okay,
my
bye.
personal channel, please.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So what I was trying to say, people, someone here said that the House of Assembly Speaker in Abia State shared 2 cups of Gary, and and not only that he did that, I think the speaker is Theodoji's son, isn't it? Yeah, I think I have one of the, oh God of Nazareth, ndị Igbo unu erikwe narịrị. Hmm? I think I even have that picture somewhere. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Now, the one that breaks my heart is this. People, some of us did palliative, but not like, okay, look at this now. We blame the federal government. How do we blame the federal government on this? Somebody kpọtara nne anyị mụrụ anyị, baba ha one ya, sị ha wenie ya aka elu. One yam. Whenever I look at this picture, I get so angry that I've sworn to find Onye Toro Jia. And we must start somewhere to show example. Now, when somebody get away because of COVID, we put our mothers away, we this G, we nye her, say how we near we have a duty that that person does not go back to wherever Osi Psunache Ebiabula politician, because this is the height of insanity and the insult. Our mothers, the great mothers, the great Aba women riot warriors, Nehe Reduzo Hatu, Omohamulamu, will you blame the federal government for this? Would you? We can't. And we wouldn't, because it's not the federal government. The ball is in our court, you and I. I'm showing all these things that you and I must get angry enough to a point we will say, enough of this rubbish. Enough of this rubbish. Okay, look at this one. Somebody, who is that one? Somebody said, look at it this year. He said, that is Mr. Chuki 72, the House of Assembly. Yes, look at it. That is the COVID palliative. Iha Bugari. These are things given to us. Is the label not bigger than the Gary? Even my state governor, Anambra state governor, had a COVID mask, and their names were written there. Na inenekata ha si ha ndị a o nwere ebe ha si eku ume dị iche from, do they breathe from somewhere else aside where we all breathe from? Eh? Look at Dave Omai. Someone told me, Mazi, this is not Dave Omahi is not aware of this, or that Obiano is not aware of the mask with his name on it. I said, you know why I don't bloody care? If I am the governor, right? You do this, 2 things will happen. If you're my aide, I'll sack you. If you're my friend, I'll publicly disown you because of this. Because this is the height of silliness and insanity. Is his face there? Is he using his personal money to give us this? For Christ's sake, listen, in branding, there is a way you do things. Here, at the other hand, you can print in Ebony State government. I can accept that, at least to show you can do courtesy Ebony State government. But to go and plaster somebody's face on it is, it's, sometimes I just want to, sometimes, I don't know. People, I don't know. I say these things, I hope I hope I hope I'm making sense because I hope I'm not going insane. I hope I'm not the only one saying this, and I hope I'm not complaining too much. But these things are things I see, and you know, it ilks me. It ilks me. Honestly, I see these things. It ilks me because we ought not to. We have come beyond this. Anyway, enough said for today, people. In summary, again, I will tell us the airport is hopefully is going to be resumed. For the benefit of those who joined very late, um, let me once more show us the pictures. You can go back anyway. You can go back and watch that later anyway. But I want to explain something first. So, for those of you who have not or who are barely just joining me now, um, you might take that privilege to look at this. So this is what is happening. They've just finished building uh, the pilot cubicle or pilot panel or whatever. This is at the Enugu International Airport, and work is resuming. I showed the letter PW wrote, and to clearly say that work is going to be resuming at Enugu, and I think that mobilization is going to happen. And again, one thing I promise us is, I know someone made a comment here saying that I have overflogged the Enugu International Airport. At least I've given I think about 7 8 weeks without any update on the Enugu. If you think you don't like it, that's fine. That's your choice. But I have a promise and I have a standing order that I will continue to update the Enugu International Airport until that airport is delivered. I am not going to relent on it. I would continue updating the Enugu International Airport until that airport is delivered. We have to get leadership right in the Southeast. There is no two ways about that. We have to get leadership right. So again, those pictures that I've just shown you now, these are what it is: the newly erected prefabricated pilot joint briefing office. So this is done by NEMA at the Enugu International Airport, or rather the Caribbean International Airport. So you can see that, and in their letter as well, they are also saying, requesting the federal government to grant them the permission, and that is the letter from PW. I think I've shown it before, but for once more, for the benefit of those that joined late. So this is the letter here. Um, for PW, actually, hold on. Yeah, that's the letter here, written by PW. For those of you who haven't seen it, let me basically see if I can see the letterhead. Yeah, so that is the Public Works Limited. That's the letter they've written, and that is the request that they are making to get back to site, because they, according to the argument, you can read from the last paragraph there, as is, second to the last paragraph, it says, as such, we propose to recommence, sorry, to commence remobilization to back to site, that is back to the Enugu International Airport, or rather the Akanibiam International Airport rehabilitation work, and the rehabilitation or the remobilization starts today. It doesn't mean that if you go to the airport this night that they are working, but it's about remobilization. Hence, they are requesting for government to grant them extra rights to allow people to come into Enugu. Anyway, so these are for their staffs. People, on that note, I will say thank you very much. It has been a very wonderful time. Internet played up at the beginning, but now we are here. Please share the video, like the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you can subscribe to my personal channel, which is, if you search Mazezoke with double A, Maazezeoke, I will continue and I will try much as possible, if it's for if it's possible, to spend more time with us. It's a family thing. I'm trying to create a community where we will come respectfully, rub minds, talk about the issues that concerns us, collective, and find a way, solution that we can take back in our various communities. Because as they say in Ubuntu, I am because you are. We are all in this together. Once more, thank you all for joining me. Mazes, okay. Signing out. Peace out.